Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series. So Gideon prowesses up the Seeker, and in response to Gideon making a Knight token, he plays Crackling Doom and the Seeker dies. So it looks like Orzhov Control versus maybe Mardu Midrange. 3 mana for another Crackling Doom. All the damage from the Crackling Dooms was channeled to Gideon, the Knight token dies, and Gideon dies. Sorin, Solemn Visitor, makes the Vampire token. If he has a third Crackling Doom, that would be really messed up. But then again, it really isn't that hard to deal with a 2/2 flying Vampire token. Or to deal 2 damage. And Crackling Doom number 3! Goodbye, Sorin. That was extremely lucky. 3 back-to-back Crackling Dooms. Orzhov mans up the Shambling Vent. Attacks in for 2. They're both on 21. Mardu goes down to 19. Orzhov goes up to 23. And passes the turn. Some muscle here from either side would be good. Ooh, Shaman of the Great Hunt from the Mardu side. A very good creature, and the Orzhov side really can't respond, even if he wanted to. Shaman gets through for 4, taking him down to 19, and giving himself a 1/1 counter, so he's up to a 5/3. Orzhov isn't really on low enough life total to have to worry about the Shaman too much, but it would be in his best interests if he could kill him sooner rather than later. And tapping a lot of mana. Ruinous Path with Awaken. So he puts 4 counters on a Shambling Vent. It does put a big target on the Shambling Vent, but if he can get it to work, this Vent will be a 6/7 lifelink. Languish to kill off the Vent. And that's what I was afraid of. And that's something that I've learned watching the Awaken triggers versus manlands. Typically, the more successful players put the Awaken counters on a non-man land, so that if it dies, you're not getting 2 for 1. Orzhov manned up that Shambling Vent and attacked in again. So Mardu's down to 17, Orzhov is at 21. And Mardu, he was going to play something, considered it, and then decided to play an Outpost Siege, choosing Khans. Now, Blighted Fen is actually a pretty good deterrent, provided you have enough mana to activate it during your opponent's turn. Manning up the Shambling Vent again. In a situation like this, for example, if he still had enough mana to activate Blighted Fen, the Mardu deck, he can't really play a single creature. Stasis Snare to get rid of the Shambling Vent. This is really turning into quite the back and forth. But like I was saying, with Blighted Fen, it presents a certain kind of stalemate. Your opponent has to be able to protect his creature by either playing 2 creatures at the same time or, getting rid of your Blighted Fen. So Outpost Siege revealed Languish, which is useless at the moment, so it's going to remain exiled. Mardu is on 2 cards in his hand. And he plays a Shaman of the Great Hunt. So Shaman... Oh. Ultimate price on Shaman. I was expecting him to have to Shambling Vent block. But Ultimate Price does a much better job, and he doesn't lose the Vent. And he mans up his last Shambling Vent to attack in. No response from Mardu, so he takes 2 and goes down to 15. Orzhov is up to 23. Orzhov reveals Windscarred Crag. He plays the land. And 2 cards in hand. He plays a Thunderbreak Regent, which is just begging to get Blighted Fen. It's one of those ways that you can kill a Thunderbreak Regent without taking damage. This is a lot of mana. Planar Outburst with Awaken, turning the plains into a 4/4. Thunderbreak Regent dies. Response from the Mardu side at the end of turn. Sacrifices the Haven of the Spirit Dragon to bring the Thunderbreak Regent back to his hand. And it reveals a Mardu Charm. 4 damage to target creature. So he could play it and kill the plains right here. But he goes for the 2/1/1 warrior tokens. Not sure that that's the choice I would have made. I would have preferred to kill off the creature. So the 4/4 comes in. Mardu chooses not to block. He takes the 4 damage and goes down to 12. Second main phase for Orzhov. And he passes the turn. Then again, I just realized I was talking all this, awesomeness about Blighted Fen. If he had not played the Mardu Charm that way, Thunderbreak would have gotten killed again. So attacking all in. 2 warriors and the Thunderbreak. That's 6 damage. And Stasis Snare from the Orzhov side. He's going to exile the Thunderbreak Regent. He takes the 3 damage. His life total is 23, so he goes down to 20. Takes 2 from the warriors, goes down to 18. He had more than enough life to sacrifice that 3 to get rid of the Thunderbreak Regent. And attacking in with the plains again. 2 cards in hand for Mardu. He's gone through 3 Crackling Dooms. A 4th here would be good, but he could also... Okay, never mind. He doesn't play anything. He takes 4. Goes down to 9. Another Mardu Charm would be pretty good. It would let him nuke the plains. Kolagon's Command. Well, play the Kolagon's Command, 2 damage to the face, discard so that he's top decking. Attacking in with the warrior tokens. And the Orzhov side is going to man up the Shambling Vent so that he can block 1. 1 warrior dies, 1 deals 1 damage, Shambling Vent gains him 2 life, so he nets 1 life. And things are really not looking good for the Mardu side. Now's a good time to play Kolagon's command because he can do 2 damage to the Shambling Vent and kill it. And he returns Shaman to his hand. Shaman's a good threat. He managed to kill 3 Shambling Vents in this game. And there's Shaman. Both players have 2 cards in their hand. Gideon, ally of Zendikar from the Orzhov side. Makes the Knight token. Plays another Blighted Fen. And passes the turn. No attacks this time. And Outpost Siege reveals a Thunderbreak Regent. Now we're hitting gas with the Outpost Siege. He plays the Thunderbreak Regent. He has 3 cards in his hand. Plays Mardu Charm to deal 4 damage to the planes. So Orzhov is down to a 2/2 Knight token. Mardu is still playing. Plays another Mardu Charm to clear the Knight token. And he attacks all in. 4 to Gideon and 1 to the face. And the warrior becomes a 2/2. Gideon dies. And again, top deck for the Orzhov side. And he concedes this time. It is possible that he could have won that game. He did have 19 life, so he could have absorbed some attacks. But at the same time, the Mardu deck was rolling pretty well. And the only reason he was able to stay in that game was because of Outpost Siege. Anyway, I'll end the video there. That was Mardu Midrange versus Orzhov Control. And if you liked what you